Who's this Jimmy?
Lewis.
Who you talking about? Jimmy something? Jimmy Witherspoon?
Nobody knew who he was.
Lewis.
Jimmy.
Who's this Jimmy?
Lewis.
Jimmy.
Who's this Jimmy?
Jimmy Lewis.
Who's this Jimmy?
Lewis.
Who's this Jimmy?
Just kept on going.
Live from Pahrump, Nevada, the Valley of the Dirt People, it's Tech Talk, Taco Tuesday, with your hosts, Jimmy Lewis and Logan Tyler.
And Logan's not here. Guess who's here?
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. This is episode number 214.
13. Oh, 214?
14.
It says 213 right there.
I didn't-
QA says it's 213.
I didn't edit that. Welcome everybody. There's my lovely co-host. How was it's my wife Heather Lewis.
Hello.
Welcome to Tech Talk Taco. Have you been on Tech Talk Taco Tuesday before?
I think a long time ago.
Did you have to do the whole show or just come in for a quick little guest?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No.
You tried to forget, in other words.
I tried to forget.
Okay, welcome everybody. Mark Daniels knew what episode it was, and it's going to be a 5T night. I've got some good stuff, some Inquieto. I'll show you this here. Tonight's tequila. There we go. So that's what we got. Hopefully the sound's working. I think the sound's working. And Dirt Bike says the much more personable half. If Dirt Bike had his normal name up on the screen, I could bag on him, but I don't know if that really is. Hey, Andrew.
That's okay.
Archinga on Instagram. So we have Instagram is live in the house here. Says road quads for 17 years, going to be moving into dirt bikes, getting at least a Honda Sierra 450X. What should I do engine wise to make it more snappy in power? And what about radiator wise?
What's your riding level to begin with? Why do you need more snappy and power?
Yeah, what's the if the 450X doesn't have enough power? I mean, and if you're coming from quads, I can see that maybe since those are a lot heavier, and maybe since you were used to buying them and they were kind of tamed down, there might have been like more farm vehicle ish kind of stuff. Yeah, radiator wise, you don't have to worry about it. I mean, the bikes today are so good stock. This show would not be possible without the help of our sponsors, and our sponsor makes quads. Yamaha makes quads, but you should get a Yamaha. You should get the Yamaha YZ 450 FX, because that one has a lot of power.
That one has a lot of torque.
Has a lot of torque too. And you don't need radiators because it comes with good. It's snappy.
It's snappy.
Heather over here.
I actually don't like it. I don't like the snappiness of it because I like to ride a bike that's smooth.
Yeah. So maybe that's the one you really need.
Yeah.
And Dorica, I already lost your name. It scrolled up off the screen. But anyways, everybody's saying you're the boss.
I'm not the boss.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm not the boss.
Okay. Other
But thank you,
sponsors.
Chris. I
You
appreciate
got to
that.
give me that top sheet there, so I can do this properly. I remember what I'm supposed to say. Of course, we're gonna bring you. Okay, we're gonna go pretty straight into Endo tonight. We've got
straight into
Endo. We'll go straight in because we usually make Endo people wait. Don't want to make them wait a whole long, so we're gonna do Endo real quick. That's if you're on the Instagram, you don't get to see that because we put the pictures of the bikes up on the screen. So go to our live YouTube or live Facebook at Dirt Bike Test.
I'm trying to read this long explanation of Endo.
Don't hold it up. They might get all excited if they see their bike in there.
Okay, here. The long explanation of it.
That's normal. So Endo, it's brought to you by Taco Moto. That's tacomoto.co. Based out of Las Vegas, Taco Mike and his crew will dial you in if you have pretty much any kind of bike, but they really do specialize in the KTM, Husqvarna, gas, and they're starting to poke into the Hondas quite a bit. They can dial you in with ECUs, exhaust systems. And so the guy who did ask that question, if you do want more power, you would want to go to tacomoto.co, talk to those guys. They can help you out. We got some support from Scott Sports. Scott, maker of fine goggles. This is the this Pro Circuit Special Edition goggle with the amplified lens. And
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. You can
look
through it.
that way, especially with these lights on.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, good. Scott Sports. And you were wondering, you saw my my body protection I was
It's
wearing.
like blue.
Yeah,
Really
it
nice glue.
cools
It
everything
does
down.
cool things down.
And you saw the body protection I was wearing and
Yes.
my knee pads
Yeah.
that I love. I got to write about those
This
pretty
has
soon.
some neat retro lines here.
Retro lines.
Retro styling.
Oh, it's the special edition Pro Circuit goggle.
Yeah.
So
pretty.
DDC Chain Wheels, our first sponsor, Trail Tech. Trail Tech. I was gonna bring in the Trail Tech pump. They have that little, that compressor pump that we're using to pump up all the bikes at the school in the
Yeah.
morning. We used to
Yeah.
carry around a big compressor, and now we carry that little thing around. Trail Tech makes a really nice pump that does that. And Andrew says, I was between the RX and the X. I only ride desert. Currently have a very souped-up Yamaha Raptor 700. I wanted to roll with the Honda 450X because it's more of a desert bike. Nah, Blue Crew, bro. You know Yamahas. The Raptor 700 is what Pablo raced in Dakar. That was, remember the quad we used to have here? The Dakar quad we used to have here? I'm familiar. I don't really like to admit that I know much about quads. I did ride a quad today.
Oh yeah, you did.
I rode a quad. from the shop to the house to carry a big giant cooler on it. So go Taco. What? Sorry, I missed what you said. See, he had Instagram attention. Anyways, Faye Campbell joined. Say, hey Faye.
Hey Faye.
Faye, you should come on to
Faye.
the main show.
Come back. Come join us.
Yeah, you should go to the regular show, not the Insta show, because Insta show's not as good. Of course, Fasst Company, Flex handlebars. I was complaining about my wrist.
They save you.
I was complaining about my wrists today because they were sore because I didn't ride, but they'd be really sore if I didn't. And Dirt Bikes and Snowboard says, friends don't let friends ride quads. That's what happened. A lot of people are saying Merry Christmas in the chat. This is our chat up over here. Actually, I can make the chat pop up there so we don't have to look at it. Gronk VBS, he always has to remind me what his thing is. And Merry Christmas from the Great White North, eh?
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Bob and Doug McKenzie land is what's up there in the Great White North. And Gary Goodwin wanted to let us know that the Cove 450 Rally is now street certified, and he said thanks to us. Thank you, Gary, for letting us ride that bike. That was that's fun, interesting. I think I get a lot of questions about that, and I don't know why I get why do people ask me about the weird bikes all the time? I mean, because I'll ride them, right?
Yeah, maybe.
And I talk about normally what they are. Bulletproof Designs, makers of awesome protection equipment for your bike, especially the KTMs and the Yamahas. I put all the stuff on my WR450, and I'm glad I did because I went an extreme enduro riding on it, and it takes a beating. And of course, double take mirrors, and that's why my nice haircut is so nice, because I used a double take mirror. There's one right over there. You can hold it up. You can hold it up. I use the double take mirror. And here's for the Instagrams. Double take mirror. You can look at yourself on the thing. Yeah, Instagrams. Double take. Thanks to all of our sponsors for helping us out. Of course, if you want to enjoy a nice book, hold
Is
it
it
up.
upside down?
Coffee Brewed with a Graveyard Mist by my good buddy Jerry Bernardo. So
I need to see that.
yeah, here, hold it up, and you can see it right there. So
Coffee Brewed with a Graveyard Mist, not your everyday books that you read to your child.
No, not at all. No, it makes
A collection of poems and stories that throw the emotions of life and death into a blender full of piranhas and crayons. Colorful but biting.
this is very accurate. Yeah, very accurate.
Good. Yeah.
So thanks to all our sponsors. Jerry Bernardo, of course, does a lot of the designs you'll see pop up on the show, like this. Oh, maybe that didn't show up. Wait, I'm gonna fix that. It didn't just go black. I just had to fix that. But he does a lot of the designs you see on the show. So thanks everybody for helping us out. Thanks for watching. I am curious. Timing. Hold on. Is somebody trying to help me Timing plus 6 degrees from retarded 4 degrees. Wait, there's a lot of questions here. Hi, Jimmy and Heather. The guys over at Gary's place have been working on some performance products for the Cove. Right now, their mechanic has developed a timing key that advances the timing from plus 6 to retarded 4 degrees. Can you talk about how that might affect the longevity and what effect it might have on the bike? The words is it wakes the bike up big time. Yeah, anytime. Well, it's like anything. These like when you hear about people that do ECU tuning, and whether you're doing a reflash of the ECU, or you have some sort of piggyback unit that does fueling and stuff, all these will affect the bike. Timing going to plus 6. I think on the Yamahas, like on the tuning app, they'll let you go. I think 6 or 7 is what they do, but there's like a safety range that most manufacturers won't let you go outside of, compared to wherever stock is, and you've just got to understand that it's gonna affect it can make it run better. It could also make it less durable. So be careful with the flipping the things, because you can hear the noise on the microphones.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I won't do that.
Okay, and you can get a little closer to the mic if you want to as well, and then that way we can hear you breathe, so we know you're not dead over there.
I'm gonna stay back.
I would. I don't know how it would affect longevity until you actually ride it. I was pretty surprised that the bike was a 450. I was surprised at how well it ran, but how, I don't know how to put it, that it was really tame. It was more like kind of an adventure bike style, and so I imagine you could run it up, but then again, until you do it, you just don't know how well that thing is built. And I think it's kind of overbuilt, but it doesn't take much to push something past the limit. And I don't know what the limit of that like cylinder head design is when you start producing a little bit more heat, which is what advancing the ignition can do a lot of times. And then you've just got to make sure that the fueling matches that. So we'll see. That's the longevity. So let's go right into Moto's Roost or Endo segment. Why are we doing it first? Because I think it's good to do it first. Hold on, let me open a. You know what the job of the co-host is in the show?
No, I don't, because I never watch your show.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Thanks, honey.
I'm not a good wife.
No,
I do watch it every once in a while, but
then you tell me I shouldn't have done what I did.
I don't know.
Let's see. So the job of the co-host on this show is generally I'm over here and I get a little bit thirsty.
I'm supposed to give you alcohol?
No, it's when I do this. Remember, it's an audio format. So when I do this,
I'm supposed to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here today because
good.
He's making me.
Right. She's good wife.
Yes.
Yeah, good wife. Yeah. Did what
Merry Christmas.
It's my Christmas present. She's on Tech Talk Taco Tuesday.
Oh gosh.
We went riding together.
We did go riding together.
We got to go riding.
It's my first time riding. Well, no, my second time back riding since I had 2 knee replacements.
Right. So, well, you've putted around at the school.
Yeah.
But
school.
But it was like the first.
Only after my left knee.
Oh,
I did putt, and then I had my right knee, and I didn't do any putt after that because the school was over.
Right. So, 2 knee replacements.
Yeah, 2 full knee replacements.
And back riding dirt bikes.
Yep, and back riding dirt bikes.
Hey,
and a back surgery.
We might have to go into the questions here with the Instagrams real quick. What brand of pegs would be good for a taller rider with a big foot, size 6'2", size 14 foot?
Oh.
I heard I need lowered and moved back. 6'2", not necessarily.
I don't know.
No.
John would know.
Yeah, I think it depends on how your body's built. And size 14, you tend to have to ride a little bit more on your toes because, balls of your feet, because you don't want your toes sticking out there too far. I don't think it's that outside. I mean, once you start getting like 6'4", then bikes get a little bit small. But and our riders and our tests, if you go to dirtbiketest.com and check out what they said, all of our taller guys ended up getting Kawasaki's. They bought Kawasaki's.
Well, the pegs.
And
He's asking about the pegs.
Yeah, you can move the pegs on the Kawasaki. And I don't know that we did actually move the foot pegs on the test bike, but like Brent Farrell, 6'4", and went and bought a Kawasaki. So Chuck Fall says 23,500 EXC, is there value in getting a whole exhaust replacement versus a slip-on? I'm going to get either way. Well, if you are going to get the ECU, then your exhaust system can be matched to that. I don't like going with the full open exhaust. I tend to like running a Q, the FMF Q, but I do like their header, the Mega Bomb header. I don't know if you can get it for the 500 EXE. So I think you can find one for the 450 that works. Dirt bikes and snowboards. Foot pegs always fall off Kawasaki's anyways. That's not true.
He didn't ask you what
just
kind of
making a
motorcycle
comment.
to come. He asked you what foot pegs were good to get.
Okay. And if I say Husaberg, you have to ring a bell. I said Husaberg once. What most powerful bike was I riding when we went riding?
You're riding a white with blue and gold.
Right. What was I riding?
Something starts
can
with an
say it.
H.
Yeah, you can say it. You're allowed to say it.
A
So
Husaberg.
powerful. Don't touch. Okay. Eric Hall says, "Hi, hey Jimmy and Heather." Okay, so we're gonna hang up on the Instagrams. Hey Steven, thanks for Steven's Chiff. Thanks for starting to follow us. That was awesome.
Hi, Peter Pastel.
Peter Post, where's he?
He's
there?
online.
On there? Oh,
Yeah.
he's in that thing. Great Death Valley photos.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah. So we're on Instagram. We're on Instagram. We're also on Facebook and the YouTubes. But I need to use this phone for some other things right now, and I can't talk into it anymore. So we will catch you on the backside. See ya. So yeah, I'm gonna end now, and then I'm gonna share that at some way, shape, or form. But I'll do that later. Okay. Back to the questions. Face tubes. Yeah, on the face tubes.
Hi, Eric. Nice to
And
see you again.
Peter says for me to go away.
I know.
Well, hold on a second, Heather. Why don't you just take over the show again?
I don't have anything to say, except for, I'm supposed to have this mic close to my face.
Closer, yeah, it helps out.
Okay. So
The second thing is you can always read off our sponsors if I start drinking. That's okay.
But the sponsor list is over there.
I know. Just kidding.
Yeah, it's okay. I can read off them. One of the
Hey,
sponsors is.
The Hot Shoe Hall of Fame.
What about the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame?
They are having their annual induction ceremony on January 27th.
Oh, very cool. That was a fun event.
Yeah, we're going to that. So Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, they raise money to give shoes to lesser fortunate people. So I have a Hot Shoe Hall of Fame hot shoe.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so Gene Woods, they have some pretty cool inductees. I think Mert Lawwell was one of the big ones I saw. Mitch Payton is getting inducted. A few other people should be. It's an awesome event. If you ever want to hang out with like old Moto legends, that's the place to go. And you can rip around in go-karts.
Yeah.
At Gene Woods' museum / go-kart racing emporium on Fremont Street in downtown Las Vegas.
A fun time, good event, nice people.
Super nice people.
Yeah.
And then if you're in the chat and stuff, let us know if you're going. If you go to Vegas and you're going to be on Fremont Street and you want to have a really fun time, hit me up. I can get you a little discount card for Gene's go-kart thing. So I'm just like the guy on the street that's wearing like the placard. You know the guys that are standing around. They're like walking billboards.
The sign spinners.
And they sign spinner. And they hand you a ticket.
Yeah.
I have that ticket.
Oh no, those tickets are different.
I have ticket. Oh no, the guys that the ones that snap the
The
tickets.
ones that snap the tickets are different. Those are like for other entertainment sites.
Yeah, they are. So okay. Let's see. Do we have any questions? We got the one on the Cove. Yeah, co-host talks, Jimmy drinks. See, Mark knows.
Okay.
I should
Sorry,
have-
Mark. Thank you.
I should have Mark come in one of these times.
And Craig Albert's telling me if he says Huserberg, you have to ring the bell. Okay, I've been taught. Thank you.
Yeah. How much power did that bike have?
A lot.
Actually-
I don't know. You were gone. I couldn't. I didn't. Never saw
Just disappeared.
You just.
You saw the ground though.
I did see the ground. I saw gaps between the roost.
Yeah, where because
Like
it
where
actually
you're in the air.
it takes off.
Yeah,
it starts
like
flying.
rockets in
yeah,
the
it
air.
starts flying. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much power those things make. Okay, I'm pretty sure I can get my Yamaha tuned like that. I'm gonna start working on more maps. Actually, somebody emailed me, wanted some Yamaha maps the other day. So other entertainment that also involves dings. I don't know. Did the Instagram video end? Yes, I'm done with that. For a 450 dirt bike, is a 10 scoop paddle for the sand overkill, or would it be better for checking, or is an 8 scoop paddle fine? Oh, see, look at Andrew's. He made it over.
Yeah. Very
Awesome,
good, Andrew. Yeah.
So interesting thing is, I used to run a paddle when we went to the dunes back when I was a kid. A child, I would say, because I didn't know any better. And I have since I started doing racing in Africa, and when we rode in sand dunes for hundreds and hundreds of miles, and we didn't have paddle tires, and in fact we were on big twin cylinder rally bikes, I realized you don't need a paddle in the sand dunes. And the paddles, because they're scooped and the way that they're shaped, when you start leaning the bike over to the side, they lose grip. They actually slide out. And we actually remember we were one day we were actually trying to slide out. We were doing it for videos.
Yeah.
We were actually seeing how far you could get over, and man, when they go, they let go. So I don't like riding a paddle tire in the sand.
Unless you're going straight.
If you're
up a
just
hill,
gonna go straight,
like competition
yeah,
hill
and,
or
I mean,
something.
They start really. I mean, you just go and the bike goes. It doesn't really spin. But I like a normal tire in the dune. So I can't tell you the difference between an 8 paddle and a 10 paddle. I don't even remember what we ran. I think that, they used to say on the small bikes, remember the Dillons always used to ride their 125s in the dunes. I think they had like 8 paddles as opposed to a higher number.
Yeah.
So
Team Long Rider says he has a 10 paddle on his CR500.
Yeah, so they're saying 8 paddle for a 252 stroke. So there's probably guys that know better than it. I run a regular tire with a moose or regular air pressure in it, and so I'm not the thing. See, the questions just start rolling in, Heather.
So there's multiple places. There's one place over here. Oh, there's over there.
So I can actually put the chat up here too.
Oh, it's fine.
Right there.
Yeah.
Brad Rudy, are you still doing the Bohica Hare and Hound bicycle rides? When I'm in California, I like to do them. So there was a group out here doing in Paddle for Glamis, Knobby for Dumont. Well, I run a Knobby every place, but I can see why you'd want to run a Knobby in Dumont because there's so much riding around that isn't in the dunes. And yeah, so David B. Look, Brad Rudy, David B's a Bohica guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see you soon, One Track. So, Curly has a question. You want to read Curly's question?
Scroll up.
I don't think I can scroll up in that one. That's the
Okay.
problem. So let me see if I pull it right here.
That's okay.
Right there. What's Curly's question?
Front forks and suspension. You helped me fix my 2013 450 XF, with snowbike kit, but the front end rides low in the stroke due to the weight and other geometry witchcraft issues. Going to up the springs and go much stiffer. Does that also mean a revalve job? Sorry, it's not correct.
Man, now you know.
It's really hard to read these, especially when it's like super wide.
Okay.
Revalve to work with the balance. Yeah, that's way better.
Hey, remember that Logan kid?
Poor Logan.
That used to have all the problems with reading
So
these things.
revalve to work with the balance out the stiffer springs, correct?
Kyler, I used to call him Curly. Kyler, are we talking about it as a snow bike, or are we talking about it as a as a dirt bike. So I know I helped you fix it, but are we trying to figure out the effects of, like, I don't really know a lot about the suspension on the snow bikes. I mean, a soft fork is a soft fork, but I don't know how it affects because the track has an interesting suspension on it as well. The way that, because the track is almost fixed, and then the track has the suspension on it. And so I'm not sure. You'd have to talk to somebody who rides those things a lot more.
And does the snow, like, is it like sand? Is the pressure, is it like sand or is it like dirt? What does the snow feel like? Because is it hard like ice, depending? So does that affect the suspension?
Yeah, it will. When I rode snow bikes, they were super condition dependent. You wanted to have good snow and like kind of powdery snow, but not too deep and definitely not crusty. Mm-hmm. You wanted it, because the crusty would hook and catch you, and you kind of wanted to just be able to go wherever you wanted to. But and then when it got too deep, then the track would spin. Most of the time the track got really good traction, but you're riding up hills that you shouldn't be riding up. They're just so steep, and you can do things that you ordinarily wouldn't do. Yeah. Okay, it's a snow bike, a dedicated snow bike. Stiffer springs can overpower rebound damping. This is true, says Craig Alberts. So I always kind of thought that the snow bikes seemed to just be, they were just always kind of light on the front. It didn't seem like the forks were doing much because, the snow was so dampening on its own. I mean, you're kind of just plowing through it, and I honestly don't have enough experience with it to tell you exactly what to do. But I could see where being too soft would be problematic, because then it would kind of want to dive. But I also noticed that we were changing front skis, and depending on the front skis, they were still innovating a lot when I was riding them, and that made a huge that probably made more of a difference than anything else, was the ski. So okay, now we can try to do Rooster Endo.
Okay.
Rooster Endo. This segment brought to you by Taco Moto. That's tacomoto.co. The way this segment works, Heather, is
yes.
We're not going to start with that one. I want to start with a different one.
Okay.
That's the last one.
Okay.
The way that this segment works is, and we can start with that one. You send us a picture of your bike and tell us a little bit about it. So we want the make, model, year, hopefully. Oh, I hope you didn't mix those up.
No.
Okay, because it was the picture, and then the words going
the
right
picture and the word are together there.
Yeah.
I moved them together. Let me number the pages for you.
Yeah, get number of the pages. I'll talk a little bit about the tequila I'm going to try to drink here in a few minutes. Incanto, Reposado, Mark. By the way, this is good. Hey, question for all of our people in the chat. I'm kind of curious where everybody is from. It's always interesting to see where people are from. So go ahead and pop up that in the chat, and we'll give you like some shout outs, as they like to say, as Heather gets this thing.
I got these. I got the next one.
Okay.
It's only one. It's only like
there's
three
five
lines.
5 of them.
Yeah, there's only 3 lines for this one.
What's the name?
Here's my 220.
What's the name? Bucknell?
There's no name on that one.
Yeah, there is.
It says, that first one says thank you.
There it is right there. Okay.
Rock. Yeah, there's no name on this one.
Okay. It's
There's no name.
Yeah, his name's Jerry or
where's the name? Oh, it's down here.
Right. Yeah, it's at the bottom. What's his name?
His name is John Backel.
John, okay. John sent a picture of his bike. What is it?
It is a 2003 Yamaha TTR 125 LE.
Right. That's a great bike. It's a Yamaha. Which makes it great to start with. We have a couple of those.
Yes.
Yes. So it's the king of the flat track here.
TTR 125 looks nice.
Okay, what does it say about it?
It says all stock, a bit neglected, always a joy to play around on.
Correct. Every statement there is true.
Thanks for the entertaining and occasionally informative show.
Occasionally informative.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I think that depends on the questions. That's what triggers your answer. So if you think it's not very informative, come up with more questions.
Right, better question. So the way that this works, Heather, is they sent us the photo. They're supposed to tell us your make and model, which he did.
Yep.
He gave us his name and he sent us a photo. I like a nice photo. I'm looking at that ground, and I wish it would rain.
Oh yeah,
Kind of
that
like
would be nice.
Kind of like the dirt that we rode on.
That
That's
was
what the
very nice,
dirt's like
yes.
here, but that dirt will suck up a lot of water. And I look at that
the
ditch in the background.
background.
You know it's funny because I would just like to beat him up for the photo, but I start looking at the photo, and it's actually lit properly, which is kind of strange for our viewers. Wasn't completely middle of the day, it's a little side light. He's got some texture in the background with that nice ledge. It's nice, actually a nice photo for such a stock, neglected bike. Yeah, he's got
It's not bad.
I think he's got a crossbar pad on it.
It looks like it's brand new.
If he wants to sell me the front forks off of it, right?
The plastic's nice and clean.
Yeah, it's blue.
No stickers.
Yeah, not a bad
who
bike.
Who rides this bike? Does he ride it or does
I
his
guess
sister?
so. I said, whoa, Heather.
I'm just asking.
Does his sister ride it? Okay. So now you have to decide whether that bike roosts or endos.
I don't know. Who's to judge? I guess we're to judge.
Mm-hmm.
So, can we
judge.
wait till we get other ones and then see?
Oh, you want to come back to it?
Yeah, do we have to judge on each one?
You have to judge on
Roost
each
or
one
Endo?
right
well,
now.
then it's a Roost. What can you? It's Yamaha by itself. Never been. It looks like nothing's been modified.
Right.
So it's a Roost.
Yeah, good stock bike.
Yeah.
I was gonna endo it because of the description, but then I'm like, what else can you say?
But it's just, and he followed all the instructions.
He followed the instructions.
He has a nice picture.
Sent a nice picture. So yeah,
His sister could ride the bike.
I have to go with I have to go with Roost also. Roost. That's good. Okay.
Okay. So
what's our?
Should we keep track of this?
No. We don't have to score it or anything.
Okay. Sorry, my
Computer
analytical brain. I need to keep track.
Got it.
Organization.
What's
okay? Next one.
Who's her
from
name?
Todd Kelly.
Kelly. Okay. What do we got here?
It looks like a blue bike.
Heather's big on the color of the bikes. How do you know whether it's a 2-stroke or a 4-stroke?
Well, it says 450 on it.
Why no? No, but I mean, how do you tell whether it's a 2-stroke or a 4-stroke?
I can look at the motor and look for a pipe. If there's no front, was that the header pipe?
A header's usually on a 4-stroke, but you're thinking of expansion
No,
chamber.
the big pipe, the one that looks like a big musical instrument.
Yeah, that's a 2-stroke.
Yeah, that's a
Right.
2-stroke.
Got it.
So I can tell if it's 2-stroke or 4-stroke.
Heather knows a lot about motorcycles.
I know a lot about motorcycles.
Yeah, a lot about.
I know how to ride them.
How long have you been riding them for?
I've been riding them since I was, I think, 8 years old. Actually, I've been riding on motorcycles since I was 2, but I was 8 years old when I started to ride my own.
Right. Okay. So.
But that doesn't mean you have to know about them.
No, you just have a factory mechanic.
Yeah, you have my lovely husband as my factory mechanic.
Right.
No, I can do enough to get by, but I'm not the point. So the point is the motorcycle.
Got it.
So it's a 2024 Cove. Is it Cove or Cove?
The importer was on the chat a little while ago. I believe it's Cove.
Cove?
Cove.
450
Cove,
Rally.
whatever.
So, SKDA graphics, Tusk dual sport tires, front sucks and have since switched to the Tusk MX tire. Dirt Tricks rear sprocket 51T up 2. Recluse, double take mirrors, good job.
Yep.
OD lock on grips.
ODI, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, ODI. SXS skid plate goes over the stock carbon guard. Uncle Wang aluminum tower. Trail Tech Voyager Pro.
Good.
Future Eyes LED lights in tower. Zeta handguards. Tusk Traverse bags. AliExpress rear rack. Wow, all these names I'm not familiar with. Loving the Cove, and do you know, Jimmy, how my builds usually are, and this bike fits my desire to make an enduro bike into an adventure bike straight out of the box.
Todd
Kelly.
So yeah, Todd, looks like you've got a nice chariot there. I'm not in love with the graphics. I don't know why, but it makes it look heavy.
It kind of does make it look heavy. I agree. I think it's the back is the darker.
It's just
black.
that it goes to the black in the back.
Oh, and the picture, it doesn't print well.
No.
The printed picture isn't very nice.
And the one on the screen.
The one on the screen
great.
looks good though. I mean, it's not too bad, but that graphic fade does make it look heavy. But it makes it look like a big, fat, wide, deep end on the back.
It's got a big ass. What you're saying? Is that what you're saying there?
No,
hon?
no. And is it really that wide? I mean, I haven't ridden the Cove yet. I would really like to ride one.
Didn't you ride it?
I didn't get to ride it.
You weren't at Tour Tech this year.
No, because I was.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't ridden any of them yet.
Right. Oh yeah, you were broken. You're getting fixed.
Yes.
So location looks pretty nice. Got some. Look at those clouds.
Clouds.
Nice,
I love clouds. Those are pretty.
Nice clouds.
I do like the front. The fairing looks really nice.
Yeah.
And the eyeballs.
Yep.
The light bulbs, which look like eyeballs.
Right.
They look nice.
It
It looks like a Roost to me.
Yeah, I mean
what's wrong with it? Everything is nice. They've got some good products on there.
I think it's a good.
It looks really good.
I think it's good.
I'd say a Roost.
I'm gonna give him a Roost. I think, especially since it's a new bike. It's hard to get a lot of stuff for it, but he's done pretty good. And I think it's as an adventure bike, as a lightweight adventure bike, he's barking down the right path. I think he's done all of the.
And now I'm not sure
all the right things.
I don't know about them. Are they entry level? Are they are they raceable? They're raceable, correct?
Well, they are racing them in Dakar.
In Dakar.
Yeah. And Meh Cove, is that what we have in the comments there, Troy? Meh Cove. that's not. I think there's some.
Mike Johnson raced one. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Mike Johnson raced one in he raced it in the Nora last year. Actually, he was pretty close to winning. He was getting close because we had some technical things going on there.
Oh, very cool. Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay, so you get a Roost.
Roost.
Todd, good job.
Both of us get the Roost on that one.
Okay, this one is it's not a motorcycle. It's from Trevor Hunter.
Oh. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. Yeah, so you know what else we call this segment? It's Roost, Endo, or For Sale. And
is
so,
this for sale?
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it does say lightly ridden
What
for
is it?
sale.
What is it?
It is a 2021 Specialized Epic.
Okay.
Size medium, Shimano XT brakes, SRAM XX1 Eagle drivetrain, Quark power meter. Oh, that must be for like
It's
a power meter for the person spinning their wheels.
Yeah, so when
Like
when,
how much
so when he's
power
riding
you're
it,
putting in?
so when he's riding it, he can think about how much he
How
loves
much
his
strong-
legs.
How strong
Yeah.
he is.
Oh yeah, he just worships his legs. Oh, look
Roll
at my legs putting
carbon
on.
wheels.
Yep.
Specialized carbon handlebars. For sale, lightly ridden. Where's the price for it? How much are you asking for sale?
Well, so I'm.
So should it be for sale? Is that the question, or is it just like, hey,
No.
this is my
Oh, no,
bike for sale?
I know he's trying to sell it. Yeah, that's what he put it. They submitted it for.
Okay.
So I can't even see anything in this photo. It looks like a couple sticks leaned up against a garage.
Yeah.
I'm not too stoked on. It looked like he took at least 3 minutes to set it up there.
I'd say it took 1 minute to set it up.
Lights kind of funky.
That's okay.
Background, half of the house, two different colors in the background.
Yeah.
Endo.
Endo.
It's
But it's
a
for sale,
it's a motorcycle
so it doesn't
show.
have to be a Roost.
It's a motorcycle show, Trevor.
If you want to buy it, it's a Roost. If you want to enter it into the Rooster Endo contest, it's an Endo.
You know, the best thing is I'm going to tell them like 3 guys like wanted to buy it right during the show. They were actually going through the internets.
But that's a lie.
Like looking, I know, but I'm going to tell him this.
Okay.
And then he should be watching the show.
Let's see this
I think
one.
we just lost 8,000 viewers for putting that thing up there.
Okay, this one's from Jeff.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. Meh Cove. Regardless of its quality, it's a Chinesium offering, and that stuff is never good for the overall market. And in the news, KTM just announced that they're going to be producing most of their motorcycles in China. So, Craig Alberts on Trevor's bike, not electric equals Endo. I agree.
Put it on offer up,
Yeah.
Mark Daniels.
Okay, should have 6'8" Cove in Dakar this year. And then some guy
will be on the new X version.
Yeah, I don't know about that guy. Let's see. Is this Jimmy's new list segment? Mark DeShane.
No, it's not. It's just
Rooster Endo.
it's Rooster Endo.
Yeah. It's like you're usually asleep by the time this comes on during the show.
That's why I think he's doing it first, because then the people who watch.
I thought you were going to quit about 30 minutes into the show. You were just going to walk off.
That's why he did it first. So then that way I don't have to sit around and listen to him for this long.
Right.
Oh wait, is there any
earplugs?
earplugs?
Earplugs. That's whiskey, Heather.
I know.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Craig. Craig just made an offer on Hunter's bike. So,
okay. Sidebar. You guys can do that on your own.
Go ahead.
Okay. Next one is.
Who is it?
It is Jeff.
Jeff. Ta-da.
Really pretty background.
Yeah.
It looks like Washington.
Mm-hmm. That is which one is that? It's
Says, while my KTM 300 EXC is broken again, I've been out chasing mountain goats with my old pack mule. The bike Jimmy loves to hate, the KTM 500 of 20 years ago, the 2003 XR 400R. This should be good. LOL. So I like the XR 400.
Jennifer Morton
Yes.
says that XR 400 is a Roost.
It's a Roost for sure. This is a clean one. It looks really nice and clean.
Okay, give us the
So
specs.
full FMF Power Core 4 exhaust, Dyno Jet kit.
Wait a minute. He said full power core exhaust. I'm only seeing a slip-on. Those look like the stock headers. Uh-oh.
No, he says Power 4 Core 4 exhaust.
Okay. Oh, I thought you said full.
No, it says full
Full
FMF
FMF.
Power Core 4 exhaust.
Oh, okay. I'm not seeing it, but
Dyno Jet kit,
right.
which you can't see, but
No.
Clark 4-gallon tank.
Uh-huh.
XR only temp gauge, rear disc guard, and skid plate.
Okay. Skid plate. Wait, I'm not seeing that either. I see the disc guard. Sometimes we have to check these guys on their thing.
Maybe there's a skid
look-
plate on it now, but when he took this picture, there was no skid plate.
Oh.
Wait, what about that? Oh, it is a kind of a guard.
Those are stock. That's the
stock guard
right down there. Yeah.
Okay. Rocky Mountain Dual Sport kit.
Seeing part of that. Yeah.
Pro Taper EVO CR high bars.
Okay, sounds good.
Trail Tech Vapor.
Right, good. Trail Tech gauge. See how that?
Yeah.
I like it how everybody throws the sponsors in. Liking that you're liking
That's
our
good.
sponsors because
Yeah.
support those that support the sport.
Cyclops LED kit, factory glass headlamps,
Okay.
lenses.
Yep.
Michelin AC10 tires and HD tubes. That should date it for you.
He put that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now they're on to the Starcross 6, and those tires are probably 2 or 3 generations old.
Primary drivetrain and sprockets.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there are extra front sprockets in the tool bag. Race Tech suspensions for 200-pound dudes.
Yeah, nice bike.
I think it looks good.
Good location.
And yes, I have a Seat Concepts extra seat for longer rides. Thanks. That's the bulk of it. If you have too much fun with this one, I'll dredge up your 30-year-old memories with my Scott Summers wannabe 92 XR628R.
So that looks like a good, clean bike.
I think it's nice clean. Is it for sale?
No. Well, I mean, his 300's in the shop.
I'm kidding. Yeah,
So,
I'm kidding.
yeah, that's why you have this. That's why you have a second bike and then a third bike and a fourth bike in case one's in the shop, and then you have a fifth bike. And
So
then,
we only had one Endo. So it's Roost, Roost, and Roost for all the
And this is-
actual
this is
entries.
Roost?
This is a Roost. I think a Roost.
yeah, it's a Roost.
How could you Endo that? You could. I mean, you could Endo it easily.
Well, I don't
I
know.
mean, Endo meaning going over the bars easily.
Well,
but
Endo in that I'm not seeing the full exhaust system there.
but that's not Endo on the bike. That's Endo on the
Right, the guy that put it in there, and then I'm not seeing the skid plate. So,
It's a tough crowd.
well, we like to keep it clean here. He's got the big tank on it. It means he's riding a lot. I like the location. I mean, that was the one day a
The
year.
lighting's nice.
That's the one day a year that we had good lighting and good photography. They knew you were coming on, so they. Oh no, we got one more, Heather.
Oh, we have one more. Oh, the big one. That's right, the front one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Everything's good about this. But it's an XR400, and those bikes are just like they're really good at doing absolutely nothing well. I mean, they do everything just fine. Just fine. And you have to kickstart it.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to kickstart it. And it has a carburetor on it, so like stuff grows inside the carburetor, and they're hard to start. And it's not easy to get that carburetor out, I'll tell you that. So I think the way to take that carburetor out is you actually take the intake manifold out and then bolt disconnect the intake manifold and then turn the whole thing sideways and pop it out of the way.
But don't you always say that the XR400 was a bike that you can just ride and ride and ride forever?
Right, and after you hate yourself for the first 20 minutes because you're riding XR400, then it just becomes a lot of fun because you're on a fun motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yeah. He challenged me, so I'm going to Endo it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
RE Roost Endo.
Yeah, it's an
A Rendo.
Well, no, yeah, sometimes we have more opinions here, but that's the one day a year the sun came out there.
So does anyone ever chime in? Oh, see, there we go. Mark Daniels says Roost. Plastics looks clean.
Yeah, it says it'll
Will
last
last
forever.
forever.
Roost XR400's Roost. Victor's in Mexico
Hi,
right now.
Victor.
Yep, 50 miles from him. He says. Craig Albert says. We've reached 100 messages tonight. That's good. It's active. It's an active chat.
That's good.
So, yeah, I'm holding myself. I gave up on the XR400. I sold all of them, even though I did sell them to. I don't even own one anymore.
Did we sell it to Jen Morton?
No.
Did we trade it with her? Didn't we give her one? Or no?
I don't think. Because mine were all too worn out.
Oh, okay.
Right. So. That TTR 125 says Team Long Riders is the kids' bike that adults can jump the campfire with.
Yes, that's true. That's very true.
Hey, Andrew swung over from. Hey, Andrew, if you're not subscribing to this channel, buddy, I need more subscribers with quads in their profile pictures. So he's on Andrew Chinga. What's your opinion of full wraparound handguards? I hear they can be a hazard if your hand gets stuck in it on a crash. Figure me going from quads dirt bikes, I get them, or break the levers away. So I've run them on most of my bikes, and you'll see a lot of the pictures like on a Roost or Endo stuff. People have them. That used to be a fear a long time ago, and I don't hear it that much anymore, except for people that are brand new. They come into the sport and they go, I don't know about those wraparounds. What if my hand goes through? In all the time I've been riding, I haven't had that issue. It scares the crap out of me just thinking about it because that's how of my wrist. That's the way my hands come off when I have a problem. Of course, they don't come off when I'm running Fasst Company Flex handlebars with the
That's like if you let go of the bars and your hands go through through the hand guards. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
That's the way you would break your wrist.
Oh, I understand, but
But,
I've
like,
in all the years I've
you don't really let go of the bars that way when you're crashing.
Yeah, I've very rarely, if ever, I don't think I've ever heard about that happening. So I'm not that scared of the wraparound handguards. And the desert is wet right now. This is true. Okay, last one for Roost or Endo.
He said, "Picture with the snow-capped volcano is a roost." So he was saying the XR is
Right.
a roost.
Right. Mark D'Angelo's like that. That thing's sweet. I think we get the wraparounds for fear. There's a million guys have a million crashes with no problem from the handguards, but that one guy. So yeah, Brian. This is true. That it's just something that you can perceive happening, and it just doesn't.
I know it saved my clutch many times.
Clutch lever.
Yes, clutch lever.
Yeah, they save your levers. They can strengthen the bars a little bit to a certain extent from bending. I run them on the majority of my bikes, especially when I know I'm going to go do extreme enduro stuff because bikes tip over, and then now levers are expensive. But boy, if the lever's strong and it breaks the master cylinder, of the clutch or the brake, you're in a world of hurt. So we've got one here. Our last entry. Somebody's going to be really happy about getting this one on the show. What is it? What is the bike?
The bike is, I have to search for it. It's a 1974 Honda XL175, referred to as eyesore in the Gronk shop.
So this is Gronk VBS's bike. He had to send it in. So I know he was in the chat earlier. Hopefully he stuck around.
He says it's basically a barn rescue, but I digress. Internally, it is a stock as the day it rolled off the assembly line.
Okay, hold on a second. So what did he say? What was his intro up there right at the beginning? So just
it's
go ahead
like
and read
a mile long.
Just read the first thing.
It says, anyway, Roost or Endo is a thing. Again, here's my entry. Is that what you want? You want the top? Oh, just want to say...
Okay, let me just... I just want to say that I really enjoy Tech Talk Taco Tuesday plus a tea.
Oh.
It's the perfect blend of 11 herbs and spices in the oil fuel mix is spot on. The audio still needs a bit of timing advance, but other than that, the podcast hauls ass.
Oh, you just wanted to hear it and pat yourself on the back.
Well, why would I have to do it when you're here?
Okay.
I wanted you to pat me on the back with that nice saying, and you went.
I went straight around it.
Hold on. Nobody can even see that because wait a minute, because I have to turn. I gotta push just pushing the buttons.
Get
again.
rid of the.
So can you pat me on the back again just so the studio audience can see that? Oh, it's so nice. Yeah. Anyway, Rooster Endo is a thing again. Go ahead.
This is so long. Do I have to read it?
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do this.
I highlighted some points.
Okay. Here, you know what? When I cover up the thing with the thing here, you can have some earplugs.
Oh. No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Let's see. It's the eyesore in the Gronk shop. It's the proverbial Externally, you will undoubtedly notice the Jungle Store Scrambler headlight and what's left of the modified 80s Cobra exhaust, for which the application escapes me, but I can assure you it wasn't for an XL175. It is very good at converting gasoline into noise, and everybody's ears will tell you it makes the bike look super fast. But the only actual performance modifications were stiffer fork springs, cut out 1980 RM 60 boingers, and I'm not even kidding, and 30-weight fork oil. The rear shocks were left untouched, as a good set of replacements would easily have exceeded the purchase price of this fine racing motorcycle. Yes, you read that correctly. Once the epitome of 70s foo-foo bike dreams, it is now a highly tuned race instrument, and it has hit the 69th running of the Corduroy Enduro Vintage Race. And by that, I actually mean it hit things a lot. The Hyundai Eyesore qualified me for the V100 class, where the combined age of the bike and the rider is 100 years or more. That's a cool class. V100. While it performed admirably, the 6'3", 240-pound gorilla at the controls was feeling under the weather, and as a result only finished 4th in the class behind 2 Can-Ams and a Husky. The front Kenda triple with a Nitro Moose kept the front end planted, and the Equilibrium rear with heavy-duty tubes is at a lucky 7 PSI, but the 15 horsepower to the ground at times. I was expecting a significant boost from the carefully chosen stickers, but some of them didn't last the whole race, so they kind of canceled out. Despite the decal dilemma, the bike was sufficiently fast to overwhelm those darn real shocks, and having that low-hung exhaust wasn't the hot setup. The good news is that I'm only 6'2" now, and I fit better on the bike, so I should have no excuses next year. The highlight of the race was the unexpected hole shot as I sniped the start flag. At the 100-foot mark, I was thought in front. Unfortunately, the first turn, there was another 100 feet away. It was easy to accept that the mid-80s CR250 and KX250s were going to catch me. Hell, even the early 80 IT175 caught me. But a girl on a Suron Ultra Bee whizzed by me. It still hurts when I pee. Please help me break this bike's endo streak. Thanks for the cheers from the land of real beer and igloos. Gronk. So,
I think Roost, but I'm too nice. I think everyone's got a Roost tonight.
Well, I think that's pretty good. What does the chat say?
Looks
A
like
great story.
Yeah.
It won on the great story.
Yeah, good story.
It looks like an atom bomb. and the sunset shot is killer. I mean, tonight's photos, they were scared of you, Heather.
I know.
They knew
pretty.
that you're a really good photographer. You should have given me a couple of your photos, and I could have put them onto the show. And then we could just admire your photos. It'd be a lot better than listening to me talk.
You can go to my Instagrams.
What's your Instagram?
Lewis H _explorer, LEWISH _explorer.
Yeah.
And Lilia Rose is the other one, is my landscape photography. Because I'm one of those snobs. I have 2 Instagrams, one for landscape and one for street and live and everyday life photography.
I like, just 'cause I like to be conversative. I have a couple Instagrams too, honey. I have one for me being normal, and then I have another one where I look at well, it's where I watch the riding videos.
Yes. Thank you, Gronk. I appreciate that. You're very nice. He says I'm a sweetheart.
She is a sweetheart.
So.
So this is, we come to the point at the where we have to award the $100 gift certificate from Takamoto. So takamoto.co gives $100 to the Rooster Endo contestant that brings us the most joy.
I think the most joy came from Gronk.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a good story.
He put effort into that.
And he's racing it. I mean, like, he told about the racing, like.
Yeah, he actually had a story.
He's creative in his wording.
I like to usually, because I'm just a shill for my sponsors, and so I had to I had to disqualify all the Hondas. The stupid bicycle photo from Trevor Hunter is going to get him fired. And then Cove. Yeah, nice bike.
He might need to afford, or no, he doesn't need $100 because
no, he saved a lot of money by buying that bike.
Yeah,
because it's an inexpensive bike. No, it's good.
Yeah.
And I know Gronk rides regular bikes and stuff too. He has a lot of different bikes. You know who could use it the most?
The Yamaha.
The Yamaha could use it the most, but there's a reason why we're not going to give it to him. He's got a stock bike. He likes a stock bike, and
so he's not going to buy anything from Takamoto.
Doesn't need it.
Yeah, so really don't need it.
And I'm pretty sure that Takamoto has absolutely nothing in stock for the
for Gronk's bike.
the 1974 XL 175, but they do have graphics kits. And I'm sure.
But do they have to use that?
No, they use it.
They could use it for whatever they want.
They could buy T-shirts.
Oh, there
for all
you
I
go.
care. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going with Gronk too. Gronk.
Okay, Gronk, you're the winner.
Hey, and the other thing is he came onto the show and he I think he showed up and insulted us in the comments like most of our favorite contributors do. And then he had to explain what a Gronk VBS is, and I keep forgetting. It's I think it's like I don't remember. Gronk's gonna have to. And somebody says they need a new license plate holder for his 501. Well, send in your Rooster Endo. Team Long Riders. Gromp.
Very cool.
Mark agrees. I like that V100. That corduroy enduro sounds like it'd be fun up in Canada.
Yeah.
It's a long running race, and I used to know some people that would go up there and they're like, yeah, just come on up here and we'll get you a bike, and it sounded like it'd be kind of fun, but I don't know if I'd want to do it. That sounds like something Paul Neff should do, like the 100-year class. Okay, well he's
far from 50. Like he'd have to have a super old bike.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be able to do it.
Well, he has a lot of old bikes.
Yeah, but he has
like
not
Harleys.
50 yet. It's a combo.
Oh,
of
he has
combination of the two needs to equal 100 or over.
Yeah.
So he's got a few more years to go.
Yeah, it's hard to find bike. Well, he has like 1940s Harleys and stuff. So you never know.
VBS is the group name.
Group name Valley Bomb Squad. That's what it is. Yeah.
Is that like the Valley? Like, oh my God, like totally?
No.
Oh. Sorry.
It's he's up in the valley, like up in Canada.
Oh, okay.
The only reason they know it's a valley because sometimes in the spring they come out from underground, and they look up and they see that it's actually light outside, and they come out and they go, oh, we're in a valley.
Oh, a valley. Okay.
Yeah, that's how
cool.
they. So, is the TTR a kid? If I'd like to donate the Takamoto thing to him. We don't know if it's a kid. If he was in the chat, we would, but right now you're winning it.
Well, if you don't want it, we can give it to someone else.
No.
Okay.
No, my decision's final around here. But I like that one. So
what you could do is you could buy a T-shirt from Takamoto and mail it to the guy who rides the Yamaha.
You know how much it costs to send a T-shirt to Canada? You know why I know this?
No, from Canada.
No, actually, you know what? The only guy that got in. So when we did our Tech Talk Taco Tuesday T-shirts, by the way, and if you want to know what a Tech Talk Taco Tuesday T-shirt looks like, and if you ordered one, you would be in good shape. This is what a Tech Talk Taco Tuesday T-shirt looks like on Heather.
Oh, wait, let me move my head.
I gotta figure out how to
get. I need to go right there. We go. Hold on. I can move my head over.
See if I can get it there. There we go. Yeah, we'll put
go.
the So if you ordered a Tech Talk Taco Tuesday T-shirt, and now you have 4 arms, you have the 2 arms that go down.
Those are ears.
Yeah. If you ordered it and you were in Canada, I can't send it to you. But I'm actually trying. There was a couple guys that actually ordered it. I didn't bill them yet, but I'm trying to get this guy who's coming down to our school to take them back and mail them for me because it's like way less expensive because it's like $40 to send the T-shirt up. We only charge $25 for them. The one guy from Australia got in before I said no international shipping, so I'm gonna send him his T-shirt. So I think he was Australian guy got in there. So anyways, Gronk, we'll figure it out if the kit size 36 triple D, Mark Daniels. No, that's Heather. It's my wife. I'm putting put your shirt back on. Okay, there we go. See, you moved again. I'll fix that. Here we go. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. See, now you can't see him anymore. See what you did? Actually, you know what? I've been trying to get more popular on the show. And what do you wear?
I wear a vest.
Like
I'm wearing a vest.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up.
Oh boy. Thanks a lot, guys. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick little break, and we're gonna come back with the answers to all the questions that we have on our sheet. So we'll see you in a couple seconds here.
The defending champion, the all-new Yamaha YZ450F.
What's up, Moto Buddies? Mike here from Taco Moto Co. What is the Taco Touch? It's the best service in the industry. Virtually 24/7 tech support via email or text, and it's like having a dirt bike doctor on call every day of the year, helping you fix your bike or recommend parts or setups for you. If you've ever received an order from us, you'll know that the Taco Touch extends to our fulfillment, and our orders come with the coolest stickers that you've ever had, buying parts from anybody before, and a handful of root beer barrel candies. All of our Taco Moto Co. branded components come with a no questions asked lifetime warranty, and we'll even extend out the warranty of other manufacturers, OEM, and aftermarket parts where we can, sometimes for life. We test and tune endlessly and exhaustively and obsessively. We're trying to destroy everything that we can before you get your hands on it to look for weaknesses and to improve it, or to make recommendations to the manufacturer. And if it's something that doesn't meet grade, then we don't offer it on the store. Everything that we carry is something that we have personally used, tested, and ridden, and raced, and knows meets the high Taco Touch demanding standard. Go out and get some adventure.
Welcome back to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. This amazing show brought to you by Yamaha, Taco Moto, Scott Sports, Climb, DDC, Trail Tech, Fasst Company, Bolt Designs, and Double Take to Mirrors. You can also support us by clicking through our links on our website. That's www.dirtbiketest.com. We have Amazon and Rocky Mountain ATV MC links, so when you're spending all your Christmas money that you found in your stocking, think about us. We get a little cut. Doesn't cost you anything more. And yeah, so go there. Again, Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, January 27th. You can register. It's free. That's the cool thing about this event. It's free. And if you're there and you want to donate to help Gene, support the less fortunate, that's always a good thing. Jerry Bernardo will be emceeing. He'll be hosting it a little bit. Him and another guy. I forget the other guy's name because I can't remember names. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Will that Scott goggle fit over Heather's glasses, says Jim.
Let's try.
She's going to try. Well, you got big glasses on right now.
These are my big glasses, so they don't fit. I'd have to force them
Scott
on these
does,
ones.
They make an OTG, an over-the-goggle
Over the
thing.
glasses.
But
over
you,
the glasses.
But you wear a smaller glass. Actually, you did something interesting. You were
So I had, they were old glasses. I only had one arm, and it worked. I just put the arm. I had one arm on my glasses, and I just put it in my helmet, and it stayed. And then they fit into the goggle better. But
Right.
there's a company that makes glasses that fit like a snap-in, pop-in kind.
Yeah, it's like your glasses. They just have like a thing that holds
They don't have
itself
arms
into
on
the
them.
frame.
It just holds it in the frame.
But the biggest problem
to
you
get a
guys
pair of
have with
those.
your glasses is
fogging up.
Yeah.
Fogging up within the goggle.
Right.
Yeah.
And I imagine if you coated, because now the goggles have really good coatings. Scott has one as well, a really good coating inside that really eliminates fog. And
I have to try.
Well, you got to figure out what that is so you can get it on your because I think your glasses, you got to keep once you get it on there, you've got to keep them on, and if they have no fog, then they'll stay in, because it's the temperature differential that causes the fogging, right? Aren't you a scientist or something like that?
Yeah, but I'm a toxicologist. But It's okay. Yeah, but it's really what happens is the glasses the glasses cause a different depth perception issue, so you have to make sure they're not like too far out or too close.
Right.
So, and also they need to be like, it's a pain to wipe them clean if they're always foggy, because then you have to take your goggles off and all that stuff. So
Then you
it's
gotta
just
take your glass
easier.
off, yeah.
So now I don't usually ride with goggles that much. I usually wear my goggles behind my head.
When we're not going fast.
When we're not going fast,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But when we're going fast, it is nice to wear goggles because then your eyes don't water.
Yeah, but then it also there's enough airflow going through to keep the
when
fog
you're going
away.
fast, yeah.
Yeah, when it's super tight and technical. I mean, like Dick Burleson raced with glasses.
I know, and that's all I wore.
He always
And that's
was-
what I did this weekend. I didn't wear goggles. I just wore my glasses.
Yeah, had them, but
anyway.
Good question. And Kelly Ciance says, "Hi Heather."
Hello.
I wonder why she didn't say hi Jimmy.
Oh.
Do you ever wonder why?
She likes you. She just
just
said hi
checking.
to me because you're normally here.
You know,
I'm not normally here,
if,
so
if you're not nice to me, I could do something like put a porta potty in front of your house.
We missed you this weekend.
Yeah. Hey,
Merry Christmas.
again, thanks everybody for joining and watching episode 214. It's amazing. I've done 214 shows and it still sucks. Like I've been saying, you know, if you're worried about the sound quality, you see what George got us a gift.
Oh, neat.
This is so that if we have sound problems on this show, we now have a way to.
Oh, and it goes through. You can.
Yeah, and then I can talk back into this one.
Yes.
And, yeah.
Oh, and then you can talk to the thing.
Right. Yeah. So these are the ones that we use, and then we plug this
They're
one.
even fancy braided.
We plug this one into the phone.
Nice.
That's what you get around here. Okay, you got to watch all the shows. Okay, we're gonna get into the questions here. So Heather,
So
the job of the co-host is to read the questions, and now we're gonna wonder why we thought Logan couldn't read.
So Zach695 says they need to stick with the color. I'm assuming he's talking about Yamahas, because he says Yamaha color is yellow, which should always be used on every bike, even if they do use the color with it. Even though they do use other colors with it. Excuse me.
Okay, so when I was young, Yamahas were yellow.
Yeah, yellow and black, right?
So Zach's dating himself.
Yeah.
They were yellow and black. For a while, they went red and white. Then they switched to blue.
And they were weren't they pink and white for a little bit?
That was my Yamaha.
Oh.
Mine was pink on one side and blue on the other. That's the one I raced in Barstow to Vegas. I got like 11th overall or something on that thing.
Yeah.
Pink on one side, blue on the other. And I had gear that matched. I had gear that was pink on one side and blue on the other. I have a photo of that someplace. What a fashion plate. But I don't. I mean, you know what you see more than anything now is guys going out and like customizing their bikes. So they buy a bike and you know whatever color it is, they go and they change the color and they make their own thing. And some manufacturers now they have like a kind of a special edition, Yamaha included, where they have like Yamaha's the Monster Energy Racing Edition. Honda keeps their colors the same on their factory edition. I know some of them have different things, but yeah, Yamaha's probably the one that switches the colors the most. Come to think of it, Honda went pink for a while. The Honda's got
I don't remember
really
that.
fluorescent red.
Oh yeah, like fluorescent red.
Almost
Yeah,
to the point of pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Why are bikes a common color? Is that so that people recognize them and branding?
I mean, think about it like cars.
Most branding.
Okay? Cars, you can buy whatever color you want.
Yeah, but street bikes aren't colored.
No.
Like a dirt bike. Maybe they know that dirt bike people.
I mean, yeah, you can get different colors in street bikes.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting comment. I mean, just to think.
I think it's just
think
making a
about it.
brand just like it's easily recognizable.
Yeah, recognizable.
Yeah.
I think they would have their racing colors, a certain. But I don't know if that's like, I mean, teams have certain colors, but then they also have a home color and an away color, and I don't know. That's a designer question. I'm not a designer. I'm probably the anti-designer, I think. So okay, next.
Jason Cornett 7948 says, "I'm so confused after watching this video." So I don't know what video he's talking about.
So it was a video of Johnny Campbell explaining handlebar bends.
Oh.
And I will tell you right now that handlebar bends are really confusing too, because
I think it's personal preference.
Because the handlebar can move in so many different directions. So it's in a clamp where it rotates.
Yes.
And as you rotate it, the sweep, which is the angle back, there's an angle up, there's rise and sweep. And some of the rise is actually in the distance from where it's clamped to where the top part is, and then there's an angle there as well on some bars. So like I run flex bars, so their sweep is 16, 12, 14, 10, different sweeps, and that's the angle it back towards you. But if you rotated that bar forward in the clamp, imagine that sweep now starts.
Does it go up and out?
Like bullhorning up, I don't even know what you would call it, but as it rotates out, it also rotates up. And so handlebar bends are really confusing in general. So I've found, and with the flex handlebars, you can adjust the elastomers and the tension on the elastomers to get
and that changes
kind of the rise or the angle. So I think they have rise, angle. If you want to know, talk to Cole Townsend at Fasst Company. He knows everything about this.
Yeah.
I just know I like standard height 12-degree bars.
I don't know my number. I just know, I know because I ride all the different bikes. I don't ever get to really ride one consistently.
Okay.
So I know that when I get on some people's bikes when we're in the school, like they're either too far back, and I don't like a bar that makes me feel like I'm sitting inside of the bike.
You don't. I know what you don't like. You don't like any more bar sweep. If you go 15 degrees, you don't like it.
Okay.
If it's 14, you're okay, and you really like 12.
Okay, I have no idea the numbers, but
I'm a factory mechanic.
Yeah, so my factory mechanic says I like 12, so that's good. But I do not like the super high bars, like way high like this, to where my arms are above my elbows.
Yeah, so when
I don't like that.
Yeah, when your arms get up high, because you don't have any.
I don't have leverage at that point.
Because you can't put your weight down into. You're hanging on your arms as opposed to being able to put your weight into it when you need to.
But I like bars that make my arms stay up, like that level.
Right.
So, but that's
like they say, elbows up.
Elbows up.
Yeah. Go to our Better Rider podcast if you want to learn what we think about it. It's not elbows up. That's not that's a crutch.
Yeah.
That's fake riding technique. You have to ask those questions on a different podcast. Next question.
Okay, this one is written in social media language. It says, "What do you think of the 24 model? I'm going to have a look at one in January when they are released in UK." So that's from Joseph Sprout 7247.
So he's from the UK. I haven't made any slams on UK people for a while, but he's talking about the Yamaha WR450, the new Yamaha WR450. So I have a 23, and the 24 gets all the same changes that the YZ450 did. I don't have a whole lot of time on the new YZ450, but that bike, I think, is pretty gnarly. It took a step, and it definitely took a step into aggression, like I say. And I think a little bit was the motor. And when I did ride it, I didn't get to play with the power app, the power tuning app. Which, by the way, if you want to know what makes Yamaha so versatile across all the platforms that have the YZ power tuning app, it's that app. It's just on your phone. You just push a button, and you have your app, and you can adjust and change the power. And you even know it because, like, you're riding on the WR250, which we have the GYTR ECU in it, which is because the WRs are kind of locked. But this is something that he should know, is no matter what that bike does, you can make the motor do anything. So it allows, no matter what else they do to the bike, you can tune it through the motor. So that's probably one of the best things about the bikes. And I fiddle around with those things all the time. And when I'm riding, I'm going, oh, I bet you I can make it a little bit better. And I'll just go into the app.
Well, you changed what bike was I riding? The 450 the other day?
Right. The one where I told you,
super snappy, and I don't like the snap.
I told you to push the button.
Yeah. I don't like the snap, so you adjusted it so it wasn't so snappy. Was that on the 450 or on the 250? I think it was, I don't know which one it was. It was the Yamaha. I like the Yamaha.
It's the blue one.
Yeah, it's the blue one. Just like the orange one I ride.
Right.
Yeah.
The orange ones.
I like the orange ones. I like the red ones.
Right. What's your favorite one?
I don't know.
What's your favorite bike?
Well, it depends on what type of riding I'm doing. But I like riding the...
Husaberg?
No. Well, I haven't ridden... Oh, hold on. Let me do my job.
Right.
I do like the Husaberg, but it's too powerful. I think I like the KTM 300 is a great bike. The TPI I like.
Right.
I like that one in the sand washes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I love the XR 650.
I sold it, but
I
it's
know.
still here.
I do love that bike.
The guy paid for it and hasn't come picked it up.
Yeah.
Hey, if anybody wants KTM 525s, I got a few of them.
I like KTM 500s. I like the 450. I like the 400. I like all different bikes.
Elbows up in the woods puts you on the ground eventually.
Well, yeah, I can see that, but we're not talking about elbows up like this. I'm talking don't ride like a goon with your elbows down and back.
Yeah.
So wrist position up like that.
Right. Jason Parsons says the sweep starts turning into the rise. So that's exactly. I think Jason used to work at Fasst Company. Maybe he still does. I remember there was a Jason working at Fasst Company for a long time. Shelby Kyle says, curious how I feel about the Austrian bikes stacking up as a whole on total overall quality to the Jap bikes. Where would you personally rank them? Shelby, right up there. So I've kind of always said this, that in my opinion, right now it's Honda, Yamaha, KTM, and they're the same. They go overboard on their durability as far as I'm concerned, and then just a step behind would be the Suzukis and the Kawasaki's, and it's just little things, and the thing is that they're all going to have a bike that may have an issue or whatever, where it's a consistent thing, but it's so few and far between across the board. All motorcycles these days, it's generally really, really good. The weird thing is when you have like a Suzuki or Kawasaki, the Suzukis were probably the most notorious for this, is one bike could have third gear go out, the other one would have a shock failure, and the other one, the bolts would strip out of the seat and the plastic real easy. But the other bikes wouldn't have any of those problems. It was just like, it was never the same thing, was super repeatable. The Kawasaki's, it was always the hardware was a little bit off, and it just wasn't as tight or qualities, but they have really, really improved that in the last like 10 years. So you're like the quality thing between the Austrian stuff is very good, really good. Especially some of the longevity of the motors. I mean, they're all the manuals are all gonna tell you to change the top end at 40 hours, kind of a thing, and we're getting 300 hours out of them. So just remember, the guy that goes to the internet, they want to type in bad news. They don't. The guys that are getting 300 and 400 and 500 hours of their bike are too busy riding their bikes to go and tell you how awesome the stuff is, how long it lasts. And yeah, you can wear them all out and you can abuse them, but I think if you start doing that stuff, yeah. Next question.
Okay, it's not a question. It's a statement.
Statement.
It says "butta butta butta."
Is that what it says?
I think so.
I think you got to read it exactly the way it's written, because I didn't understand that. Okay, so he's commenting on Trevor's video. He says that he's saying what he said, and so who said this?
Oh, so GK Ling 33. Is he saying like he's making fun of him, saying but we used to, on this show we used to have an counter. Oh, okay.
Because I say a lot. You're just stalling for time.
I'm sorry. I totally read that as like he was complimenting. He was like saying something was like butter. Like,
no,
it's smooth like butter.
No.
That's what I thought he was talking about.
He's talking about the presenter, in this case, Trevor Hunter.
Okay.
He's really struggling to keep his position at the dirt bike test.
Aw.
Poor kid. Just like a stuttering, mumbling buffoon.
But
at least Trevor has a few thousand followers, not just 33 followers on the YouTubes. Like, what's the guy's name?
GK Ling 33.
Yeah, GK Ling has like he has like 7 videos with like 20 likes. He's killing it on the YouTube. So I like it when somebody like that. I want to see him review his. He has a lot of his videos are just. I didn't really look at him at all. I just saw it looked like he has a lot of pictures of handlebars. Like he was wearing a GoPro and he shot a picture of his handlebars. And that's what his videos are.
Okay, whatever. We don't need to go over that.
Oh, I like to just deep dive into the bad things.
Yeah, whatever.
So yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's telling us how to do it. You know what? I always say, if you live in a glass house, you shouldn't have a Husaberg 570 because it's going to roost all the windows out by breaking it with the stones.
I was actually listening to Andrew Huberman,
Uh-huh.
a different podcast for Brainiacs.
Right.
And he was talking about having those words like and the and like are actually something that is a good thing. And without that, our communication with others wouldn't be so free and understandable. So it's actually a good thing. It's not a bad thing to have.
Did he say I was smart by going
No, but it's not always a bad thing.
What about Trevor?
It just does. It does sound unprofessional at times, or not prepared.
If you were giving a rehearsed speech,
yeah,
you shouldn't do this. But if you're engaged in conversation, and
yes,
in all
we
honesty,
always do it in conversation.
in all honesty, like when Trevor's busting these things out, he didn't write himself a script. He might have made some notes, but he's trying to roll together. He's trying to tell you everything about this bike that he just rode.
Exactly.
And it's probably at the end of the day, he's tired. He's probably up at 5 o'clock in the morning. He had to drive out to where the hell he went and rode the bike. They had to shoot the damn video. He had to ride it. He probably has 3 or 4 days of riding on this bike. He had to collect information from 6 or 7 of his numbskull friends who are afraid to get in front of the camera. They might, try, but you want to hear and it's like, Chris Barrett affectionately like to say that some of the best videos he ever had of Chris Barrett. He's like, the brakes were good, and the power's like it's good, and the bike came. Chris Barrett was the most articulate test rider, one of the best guys I ever used. And if we were just sitting there and there wasn't a camera in front of him, he'd say, "Man, I really liked how the front brake would just come in there, and you could kind of." You had not that much bite in the beginning, but then you just give it a little bit more, and then it get really strong. It was like the perfect amount of progression. You go, okay, it's okay. Look, let's just camera roll, and he goes, the brakes are good. And you just sit there like, Chris, what happened?
Yeah.
Come on, man. He'd talk about the suspension stroke and how he was super ticket. The suspension was good. so
it's okay.
Ums and uhs.
Ums and uhs. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's totally fine.
Do it if you want to do that. Then I want to see your video that you're just clear, concise. Well, whatever. Go ahead.
Okay. Cold steel off-road.
Cold steel off-road.
Fancy centrifugal clutch. As an MX guy, I never thought I would consider running one of these. But the ability to completely eliminate compression braking on my 4-stroke has my curiosity piqued. Suspension works so much better when unloaded, and you can still use it like a standard clutch.
So he's talking about a Recluse. He's talking about a video we did where we explained how the Recluse worked, kind of the inner functions. Recluse has a new level of clutch, but I'm not going to talk about it because they're not a sponsor of the show. So we'll move on to the next question.
Okay. Well, you put it on here.
I know.
Okay.
But I could go into deep detail, and I could tell you. I have pretty much Recluses on all my bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ed Taylor 6431. I would love to see Yamaha bring back the TTR 250 of the early 2000s. What a great bike. That could run on the road. It had a lot of power, more than the XT 250.
So you want to buy one? Maybe 2 of them. I'll make you a package deal. I've got 2 of them. We use them as rental bikes in the
Does
school.
one of them say 500 on it?
No, that's the Suzuki DRZ.
Oh.
It doesn't say 500, it says 600. I know. Shh. Yeah.
Okay.
That poor guy's ego. You crushed that poor dude.
I did not.
Yeah, you did.
How?
You know. So
Okay.
here's an interesting story. So we have an off-road riding school, www.jimmylewisoffroad.com. For those that are interested, we have some classes coming up. We got class openings in January. Class, sign up.
Yes.
I promise you will become a better rider. And if you actually are a listener to this show and you sign up and take the class, and you are willing to come on this show after taking the class, because it sucked, because my class sucked, and you'll come on this show, if you can sit here for at least 20 minutes and tell me why it sucked, I'll refund your money. I will refund you because you're going to come out a better rider. And the hardest thing, it pains me to say this, is you'll be blown away by how much you didn't know about how easy it is to be a better rider. It's hard for me to teach, but it's simple for you to absorb. It's that easy.
Yeah, we also have a all-women's school.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I know someone who's teaching that.
When am I teaching that?
In March.
March.
Yeah, March 15th, 16th, I believe.
Yeah.
All women's school.
All women's class.
So
everyone's been asking me for an all women's class every time. They're like, you should do an all women's class. I did it once before. Jen Morton helped me. Jen come out and help me again.
Right.
And Jessica Jackson.
Get Jessica to come and help. I'm just going to sit in the background and I'm going to do what Heather does, which I don't know what she does at the school. Probably nothing. You just sit around and like make chili. I'm not gonna, you don't want me to make lunch.
No.
No, I won't do that.
No, I do nothing at the school.
I'll just pick up bikes. I'll be like the new trainees. So, anyways, check out
Jen.
JimmyLewisOffroad.com. What's the date? 15th, 16th. So
March.
She's there. Awesome.
Yeah, we'll look it up and verify that for you. But
yeah, bring all your group of friends on your big girls chat list that they always want to be better riders. Tell them they can't go on the Baja Bound Hooters on Scooters ride.
Hoot hoot.
Without taking the class.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all good.
We have one more.
I was gonna. So if you want to buy a Yamaha TTR 250, I got 2 of them that I'll sell because I'm gonna upgrade them with newer ones. And she's gonna bring lots of ladies and all you men, except for Dennis. You know Dennis
Yeah,
from
he
Alaska?
said he wants to go.
Dennis, you can come as a sweep rider. Because
he's come and do the drills and stuff.
He's just going to be a sweep rider. We're not, no men doing
out there.
drills.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, we'll have our coaches there, our regular coaches. They're there to help, but you guys are running the class because you know how to do it. So
cool.
Frank White wants to know who's my co-host. It's some girl I picked up. Some dirt bike chick.
Hi, Frank. I'm Heather. Nice to meet you.
Cool weird hat, says Dan. Yeah, it's got a message for you on it. It's that one.
Fuck you.
It's the good team with the bad name. So what's the next?
Okay, next question.
Next question.
Brad Sanders.
Brad Sanders.
So someone who actually has a real name instead of some Instagram tag.
Right.
I wore all kinds of expensive knee braces, then I quit. I cannot begin to describe how much better I could ride without them. Strapping these things on sucks for me. I would say the same thing, and I have bad knees. I had bad knees. Now I have brand new knees, which are great.
You had a robot go in and give you new knees.
I did have a robot
and
give
a
me
cool
new
doctor
knees. Yeah.
that wears cowboy boots.
Yes, he is a cool doctor.
Yeah. Your other doctor is really cool. Your other doctor.
My back doctor.
No, Dr. Schobert.
Oh, yes,
Remember
Dr. Schobert, yes.
He did my knee.
Yeah, he was very good.
Dude,
Dr. Schobert's retired, but he's great.
Yeah. And he has a killer sound system.
And a tequila collection. Yes.
Hey,
but
so I had my knee done.
In 2000.
Was it after I was done with Dakar or before?
It was after, I think. It was like 2001. Or it was after Dakar altogether, right?
I don't know.
I forget.
I had to get it fixed because I couldn't run downhill anymore. And he went in and fixed. Yeah, because it was I was really getting into the running because I had to have it fixed. And man, he did a really good job. And I have bad everything because I'm a motorcycle guy. But
so what's Brad Sanders talking about?
He's talking about knee braces.
Yes.
So he watched. I think Trevor did an evaluation on some knee braces, and Trevor liked the knee braces. And so he does. So I'm a knee pad guy.
Yeah.
And
knee braces are good, but they also have.
I kind of wear them. I mean, the last couple times at the tracks, I'm not riding the track like I used to, but I used to because my biggest problem is in the track. Sometimes you just go into ruts and they grab your they grab your toes and twist your knees. And they twist your knee before you can get your foot off the foot peg, kind of a thing, or just somehow you it's usually not in the sort of the crash that you're. But I blew my knee out doing a big crash. I know this. I was just cartwheeling, and God knows what happened. But the knee brace is not that great at stopping the twisting, except for the asterisk one that actually bolted to the boot.
I remember that one. Yeah.
And because that all of a sudden would kind of, but it's just like any other thing that's a brace or protective. It transfers load. So it's
Somewhere else.
it's taking load from
Femur.
one place to another place.
Shin.
And for sure, if you have like a weak or injured knee and it gives out, I think a knee brace is probably one of the best ways to hold and stabilize it. But then again, remember, you're just kind of transferring load, and they are kind of a pain in the ass to put on compared to like a knee pad.
And they rub sometimes.
And they can rub you, and they can scratch your gear, or you can wear holes in your gear. But
plastic.
they're also good for your knee
Yeah.
in certain situations. So it's just like
it's a catch-22.
It's like everything. It's a give or take. You have to understand what it's doing. It's not just 100% good. Like a helmet, I'm gonna go, okay, 99% good.
Yes.
I can weigh that. Knee brace, I'm gonna go like 60% good, maybe 70% good.
I think it depends on your riding, what type of riding you're doing.
It depends on it, but it's just you've got to weigh the things. And so when people start talking about protective equipment, I always say, if you feel safe, I feel safe. If you've made the decision to wear that, that's your decision. You've made it. And if something goes wrong with it, I mean, I might, if I see you doing something stupid with protective equipment, and by stupid, I'm saying not using something you should or using way too much. Mm-hmm. They're both. I see people put so much stuff on they can't function. They're literally they're so overprotected that their body doesn't work like it should anymore. Yeah. So there's both sides of the equation. I bring up the other one because it's the less obvious. It's like, well, I'm going to dress for the crash, and I'm like, I'm not going to crash, so I'm not going to dress for it. This is the way I think. And when you see the top guys, like, racing supercross and motocross and whatever, and you go, where's their chest protector? They have like Roost guards and stuff on, but the way that they operate, if they thought they were going to crash, they wouldn't be on the starting line. And so these are the best in the world, and that's the way they think, and they have to operate the level they do. But I also see people on the other end of the spectrum that literally look like, for lack of a better term, the Michelin man with every known pad, and their arms pump up because they have so many straps wrapped around them before they even start riding.
Yeah.
And so
it's personal preference, and safety is always if it eases your mind and makes you feel better, then wear it.
Yeah, and that's what I tell people. It's like if you feel safe, then I feel safe. And again, make your decisions accordingly. And then if you put the stuff on or you didn't put the stuff on and something goes wrong one way or the other, that's on you.
Yeah.
And it's all out there. There's tons of stuff. So do you, and we'll all be happy, right?
Yeah.
Why complain?
So that's all the questions that are here.
That's all the questions. Aaron, we got a question here. Aaron Orth says, the Mint 400, can you ride your bike around the outside of the course to view at different spots? Aaron, no way in hell.
Okay, is it all silt?
No.
Or just is all?
No, it's they close down the entire desert during that event.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, because they turn it into a closed course, and they have enforcement out there, and they have designated spectator areas, and the organization that's running this event, it's different than a lot of other events, but they just for the safety they have to close it down. So two things on this. And I know people are just going to go tell me to pound sand and stuff like that. To allow events like that, you can go ride there every other day of the year. You can go ride anywhere you want to out there. So don't tell me you wanted to ride out there that day. You wanted to go see something that somebody else couldn't, but you're going to put that event in jeopardy.
In jeopardy, yeah.
All it's going to take is for one spectator, and I know this because I've been a race promoter on that side. All it takes is one spectator to not understand, and you might be better in this, but one spectator to not understand and say, hey, I want to go look over here. And they go someplace they should, and the next thing they're splattered by a trophy truck, or they crash into a motorcycle that's coming at a speed that they're not really aware of.
I mean, I have firsthand experience with that with Robbie Gordon when I was on the course. And I was in the location where I was supposed to be.
You were a certified photographer.
Yes, yeah.
You had a band and you had the vest and
Yeah,
you signed your life away.
And what I'm saying is, even though I was in the right place and the trophy truck was coming right at me, and if I didn't use my smarts and my knowledge of reading lines, I would have been dead.
Yeah.
And so it's dangerous even for the
Even when you
people,
know.
even when you know,
Yeah.
it's dangerous to be on the course. So,
Yeah. So,
that's why I think it's safe. Like, try to be there. They put those rules there for a reason, because they know it's not just you that's out there.
no, they're stupid people.
There's a lot of people out there. So
Yeah.
it's
So-
safer not to do that.
So the answer is no, you can't ride around out
Yeah.
there, and there is enforcement, and they will ticket you. And basically, here's the way it works: is so let's just say that a BLM observer sees you out trying to ride out to a remote spot. They get on the radio, they call up the race organization, they say, "Hey, we have a person out here. Can you fix it?" And then they realize that they can't fix it because they don't have that much staff running around out there, and they go, "Okay, we have to shut the race down."
and they shut it
And
down.
they shut it down.
Yeah.
It happens that quick. So yeah, don't be that person, Aaron. But they have pretty good spectator spots for that, and yeah, it's a shame that it's come to that way. I mean, it's just that, yeah, it's bad.
Is there volunteer positions where they can volunteer to help?
Yeah, if you want to
How
go,
about that?
yeah, if you want to go work a position, yeah,
Yeah.
most of those organizations are always looking for volunteers to go
You
out
can be out there all day long.
all day long. That's the problem.
in the silt. That's what you'll get to see.
you know,
Silt.
Hey, Gronk VBS. In regards to compression braking, a long time ago I purchased a 200 XC and a 250 XC FW. The 200 was a Woods weapon, but ultimately I was faster and smoother on the 250. Compression braking was a big factor. I understand this to a high level because I was racing a 125 two-stroke, and I switched when I started doing the ISD qualifiers. And I'd ridden an XR200 for a long, but I switched over to an XR250 because Al Baker was going to sponsor me, and he said, "You can ride this thing." And so I started practicing on it, and the compression braking of the four-stroke allowed me to go so much faster around the turns because all of a sudden I didn't have to use my rear brake. Just rolling off the throttle worked it. And then I realized it was actually slowing me down, so I did the trick of turning my idle up a little bit to eliminate the compression braking on the four-stroke a little, because I was used to the two-stroke. But there's a lot to this, and when we talked about the recluse clutch, the way that works on the affecting the compression braking, it's interesting. They make slipper clutches for just this reason. There's so much stuff you can do to tune this, and now even like on that Honda Transalp 750 that we have, you can adjust the compression braking or engine braking, they call it.
Engine braking.
You can adjust the engine braking. And so what it's doing is to adjust it, it's not letting the butterfly valve close down as much on decel. So, and it's amazing what they're doing with higher level stuff on this also. So this is part of the tunability of bikes these days and how they're understanding it, and whether it's in the clutch or they're doing it with the throttle body or whatever. Pretty kind of cool things. New products: a beanie cap with the TTT logo. Mark, we're gonna see how this merch works right after I get done shipping out these T-shirts. When I get these T-shirts done. By the way, for all you that did order a Tech Talk Taco T-shirt, Tech Talk Taco Tuesday T-shirt.
You're gonna make me wear it again.
Really?
No.
Actually, you know what we should do, Heather, is imagine right now if you took your top off here in the studio and I could stare at you.
No.
No? I can't stare at you? My wife. Nobody could see. Come on, look, there's a T-shirt in front of you. But then I go, whoops. Okay. Hey, if you ordered a Tech Talk Taco Tuesday T-shirt, I have some other cool items that I'm going to drop in, some other things that I'm going to drop into some of the, just randomly going to do it. I have some Ricky Brabeck signed early edition T-shirts. There's some cool stuff that's going to go out with this. So hopefully you get it. And when you do get one of those cool things, chime back in and, let us know, because I like to see where it went. Maybe take a picture and send it to us.
We can
with the
Rooster
cool stuff.
Endo your outfit.
We want to do with Rooster Endo. We want to do like a best dress segment.
Oh.
We literally
Well,
wanted,
Moto Gear
Moto Gear,
Moto Gear
whatever.
or whatever. Yeah.
I tried to get someone to send in nudes last
no.
week.
You have that weird theory that you think.
Well, he was using his wife's account, and he was asking me a lot of questions, and he said, "Hey, can I work for you?" And I go, yeah, send me a resume with nudes.
Oh my gosh. In your opinion, and money being no object, what's the best 50/50 tire for a middleweight 80 adventure bike?
Road Racer 3R. I'm gonna hold back on answering that question because I might have some sponsor. I don't want to say conflicts, but I did have what I've been running, but I might be running something different pretty soon. But there's a lot of really good. There's a lot of really good tires and middleweight ADV bikes. So you're talking about like the Tenere 700, KTM 790, 890 type bike, Honda Transalp. So there's I'll just tell you off the top of my head. There's the Continental TKC
Kendo
80,
270.
the Continental TKC 80 was the original and is still probably if you were a little bit more, if you went 60-40 pavement, 60% pavement. That's the tire. It has such good street manners. Michelin makes the Anarchy Wild, which if you were going to go on the other side of the dirt, that's a really good tire. And then Kenda makes a tire called the Big Block that kind of runs right down the middle. And a Kenda 270 is a horrible tire. It's just I think that's
what's the characteristic of the tire that makes it a good tire? What makes a good tire? Is it the block?
Consistency. No, it has to do with everything. It goes from the carcass construction to just the whether it the way that
the shape of
the knob shape has a certain effect. It's mostly for me the knob shape is on braking performance, how it works on the brakes, and
when you're leaning,
and you accelerate.
Okay.
And this is in the dirt. Leaning on the street, you're kind of just trying to push traction, and then that has a lot more to do with
the rubber compound,
stiffness of the rubber. So there's so many different things that go into it.
Okay.
But,
I didn't know if all these type of bike tires had the same characteristic, and that's what made them good.
No, there's so many different factors that go into it. And like I said, the TKC 80 is the one that everybody measures against, and there's a reason for that. It's just very, very the Continental TKC 80 is a very, very consistent tire at everything. And then when you go to some of these weird brands that maybe not the most common brands, some of them have consistency problems. Some of them have quality control problems. Different batches are a little bit different.
Well, Road Race 3R is saying he's looking for the unicorn with longevity on the highway and performance off-road.
Never-ending search is what he says. Guess what?
Yeah.
You can't have both.
Yeah.
In my honest opinion, right now it seems like the one that and I haven't done it for a while. I haven't done a durability test. I did when some of these tires first came out. It seems like the Michelin is the one that it seems like it lasts a little bit. Remember your dad had that tire on there forever. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, Ned, wear that thing out. And he's like, I'm riding it like crazy. And so, but think about it. Where are you going to ride 3,000 miles without the availability or to be able to get another tire? And the good thing about when you're running a knobby type tire off-road is where it's going to wear down is on the center knob in the middle of the tire. But your side knobs are still good. So when you go in the dirt, when you start leaning, when the bike does something you don't want it to, it's going to roll onto a more open knob. So you can have a pretty worn out tire that amazingly looks just like the quote 50/50 tire that's going to last forever that doesn't have the open blocks. Now you have a better road tire for going straight. It's not great when you roll up onto the side again. It's actually quite different. But when are you going to go 3,000 miles without the ability to get a tire? And they're at that point they're a lot less expensive than a cast is what I always said.
Did you have this book here for a reason?
Rick Simon's Monkey Butt.
Yeah.
Well, Super Hunky unfortunately passed away, but I've always said this is a great read if you want to learn about the early days of motorcycle journalism. Rick tells a hell of a story. Tall tales and bench racing inside the story of 30 years. I'm going to write Monkey Butt too. You know this, Heather?
Oh, I know. You've been saying that for years.
I know.
But it's
I
okay.
gotta make some furniture first.
But
I have so many other
you
things.
can. Jerry Bernardo did write a book called Coffee Brewed with Graveyard Mist. And this book is carte blanche for chaos, and every turn of the page will leave you weak-minded people clutching their Bibles.
Yeah, don't read it right before you go to bed.
Yeah.
You can't read this right now.
No.
In the morning, it's okay. It'll get you thinking. Hey, another thing. So one other thing we like to do on Tech Talk is Product of the Week. And I'm going to bring up.
Yes.
I'm going to bring up an old. This is actually brought to you by Bulletproof Designs. Bulletproof Designs makes awesome protection for your dirt bike. So if you're looking, if you get a new dirt bike, buy the Bulletproof Designs radiator guards before you tip it over. It'll save you having to buy another radiator, and then you have to buy another radiator, and they go, man, I should buy radiator guards. So just eliminate the second radiator purchase. Bulletproof Designs. You can find them on the webs. This is Climbs. This is called the Valdez Parka. It's hard to see because it's all black right now, but it's a pullover. And I'm bringing it up right now because it's getting cold. This is actually a snow piece that I wear all the time when I'm riding in the dirt.
I want one.
Oh,
You always
boy.
get yourself one, but you never get me one.
Yeah, I will get you one. I will try to get you one.
Yeah.
Why don't you just take this one? I'll try to get a new one.
Okay.
I don't even know. I hope they're still making this thing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they do. But it's Gore-Tex. It has a hoodie built in that's all rolled. Right now I have it all rolled up in the
Here,
back.
let's unroll it. You mean unroll it?
You can unroll it. It's the other thing is it's got these little inserts in the sleeves, so it's got the pocket. It's like so the sleeves are got a cuff in here, so that the air can't blow up your sleeve, and you can cinch it down, and you can put this inside your glove, and you can stay super warm.
And the hoodie is really nice. It's like constructed hoodie.
Hey, when we've been stuck out in the wet when it rained really bad on us, I put the hoodie on and put my helmet on over the top of it.
Oh, you did?
And so it didn't go down the back of my neck.
Oh, that's nice.
Brilliant.
That's
Yeah.
I never thought of that. That's
so
smart.
good. It still went in the kind of
in the front.
well, I had
but-
a neck gaiter on also.
Yeah, this is a nice jacket.
It's a
These
really
are
good jacket.
nice.
It's lightweight. You can pack it down if you need to, but it opens up.
It opens up big enough to go over your helmet, right?
Yep, it has big vents in the sides. You can put it on and off over your helmet. It can. It's not super small like a pack jack, but it has some.
Yeah.
It's like a jacket. It's like a real jacket.
You can
but
throw it in the wash and the dryer.
I do it all the time,
Yeah.
and it's still waterproof. And that
Nice
thing,
sealed.
that one's
zippers.
like 3 years old.
Yeah.
Sealed zippers. It's
Sealed
got little
zippers.
pull cuffies. I've got a test on it
Yeah.
in Dirt Bike Test, www.dirtbiketest.com. Search Valdez Parka.
Scotch Light reactive material.
Well, it's got
Reflective
it's reflective,
material.
yeah. It's all good. So that's the product of the week. I was wearing it this weekend, and it reminded me how awesome it is, and I wanted to tell everybody about it. So, Climb, man, they make really good, especially when you start talking about the different layers they have. That like our Windstopper gloves,
Yes.
super awesome, great products.
They have
That's-
good snow. A lot of their snow stuff transfers over to motorcycling. Like
Yeah,
the
well,
underwear, the undergarments that you could wear.
the mid layers, under
The
layers.
layers, yeah.
It's funny how the whole baggy freestyle riding stuff came from a bunch of snowboarders that started riding dirt bikes, and a bunch of dirt bike guys that went snowboarding after they went dirt bike riding after they went snowboarding, and they just didn't take their snowboard gear off and say, hey, this stuff works pretty good. And hence we had
over the
LBZs
pan.
and LBZs
Yeah.
and Flesh Gear
that's
and
right.
all those
Yeah.
companies back in the day. The freestyle movement spawned by snowboarders.
Yeah.
So anyway, hey, thanks for joining into the show.
Thanks, everyone.
Hey Heather, you survived. You didn't cut it out.
I survived.
You're better than George.
Oh, no, he's better than me.
Yeah, you didn't insult me hardly at all, that I heard. So
I'm just here to
Yep.
be here.
thank you
But
very
thanks.
much.
It was good to see everyone, or good to see your posts.
Yeah, So we will be back. I imagine we'll be back next week. It'll be interesting to see if we make it back after New Year's. I got to do a Rat Pack mile. I might not survive. So with that, I'd like to thank all our regular viewers. Your shirts are coming. Dale, thank you too. We appreciate you. Hopefully we answer all your questions. If you have questions, go ahead and pop them into the chat or
Thanks, Dennis.
wherever we'll get to them. We call them back up and answer them. Tell a friend, especially if your friend really has problems. I will do my best to answer them. And Heather, thank you.
Yes, thank you, guys.
I'm supposed to reintroduce my host more often during the show. That was brought up to me last time.
I'm Heather Lewis.
Heather Lewis is... No, I'm supposed to... Yeah, you're Heather Lewis. This is my wife. She rides dirt bikes. She likes the blue ones.
I like the blue ones.
Yeah, she likes the blue ones because Yamaha's a big sponsor of the show, and we're just shills for our sponsors. Again, thanks to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. They gave Gronk $100 for his XL 175. Any bike can win Roost or Endo. Just send it. I think we need some more Roost or Endo, so send them to jimmy@dirtbiketest.com. We'll get them in the show. Of course, Scott Sports, Climb, DDC, Trail Tech, Bulletproof Designs, Fasst Company, Double Take Mirrors. Support us in any way that you can. And with that, Heather,
we're off.
we see you out in the trail.
See you on the
Cheers,
trail,
everybody.
guys.